So when you open the box, this is what you're going to see. So the main thing you are going to see when you open the box is the actual screen itself. This is the main screen. So this is going to go in the front of your car. So that is the main screen, and it's all packaged really well. And then you've got this attachment here, so that will lock into the back of it there, and then it's got adhesive pads. So that'll be the screen at the front of your vehicle. You then have got adhesive pads and that kind of thing to help everything stick down if you need it. You then have also got the 12 volts. This is the power cable, so it's 12 volt cigarette lighter. It's got an on and off switch, which is pretty cool, so most don't have that. And you've got another USB there, so obviously you can plug other things into it. And that goes onto a USB-C to power the screens. That powers up the screen there. You then have got converters and that kind of thing as well, if you need them. Like I said, you've got these extra mounts of adhesive pads, stick things down, and then you've got another adhesive pad there. So then you have also got the reverse camera. So this is the reverse camera. So this comes in it, which is pretty cool. So it's really small, like you see, you can go on the outside of the vehicle and you do have some adjustment there, and you've got some screw holes as well, which you can obviously screw in to the vehicle. And then there's also an adhesive pad that comes with that. So you've got an adhesive pad that comes with that there. Then you've also got the power cable that will run the rear camera. So that connects into there like so. And then this will split onto the reverse light cable. So when you put it into reverse, the reverse camera comes on. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If it doesn't work, then you've obviously got this other relay as well to change the power. So that'll work. But yeah, that's what you get inside the box, and that's what it all looks like.
So the other things I want to mention is that this is the only 60 FPS wireless CarPlay portable screen on the market. So it provides a super smooth user experience, and it has quick response with no lags. That is really cool about it. So the screen is fully laminated and it's fully integrated as well. So as you can see, it is really sleek. So it's like not really an edge on it. So it is really cool, nice design, and it's a decent size, which is really cool. It has also got magnetic attachments, so it's very easy to install. So you can just click things on and off, which is pretty cool. It's got really quick connection as well, so it only takes 12 seconds from when you power it on to actually connecting it and getting it all running. So there's no like downtime and lag time, that kind of thing, which is pretty cool. Obviously, like I said, it comes with multiple mounts, which I'll show you in a minute. So it's very easy to fit and install, which is really cool as well. So it kind of fits into any different vehicle, and that makes it a lot easier as well. It also has automatic switching modes, so it'll switch from CarPlay and Android Autoplay. And then also has the night modes as well, so obviously for night time it will automatically switch to night time, so it detects whether you're in day or night, which is pretty cool. It also has automatic brightness adjustment, which again is really cool. So obviously if it's a bright sunny day, or if it's a bit dull with cloud, or night time, it will adjust the brightness accordingly, which is pretty cool. And also it's really high resolution, so it's 720 HD, so 1920 by 720, so obviously it gives you a really crisp image on there and good colour and that kind of thing. And it also has a high brightness, so a brightness of 700 nits, which is obviously very noticeable in the day, because when it is a bright day it's hard to see these screens, so having it nice and bright makes it a lot easier and a lot better. So yeah, let's go into the vehicle and see how you'd install it all.
So you've got different ways of mounting this. So you have got the adhesive pad here, so you can stick that on that, or like a flat surface in there, and then you have got this suction cup, which has got an extendable arm as well, so that comes out and it is fully adjustable, so you can obviously change it as well if you want to, up and down. So you can fully position where you want the screen to go. So you could have it in the back here, for example, and then have the screen positioned there, because the screen is going to sit on like that. So you could have the screen like that, depending where you want the vehicle. So that's probably a good position, or you could have it lower in there, but it's probably going to be a good position to have it like that. So for today, we're just going to have the screen like that. And then you have got the power cable. So the next thing you want to do is obviously put the power cable into your 12 volt, and then you can turn it on. So just do that now. So there you go, that is the screen coming on there. So as you can see, it is turned on. And then you've got all the different settings you can go through. So you'd obviously have to connect to your phone and then turn the Wi-Fi on. So what we're going to do now is connect your phone to the unit to make sure it works. So what you want to do is turn on your Bluetooth and your Wi-Fi, so turn on your data or your Wi-Fi if you're at home, and then pair a new device. So then you want to pair to that device there. So enable the pairing. So that's going to pair, click pair, and then there you go, it is accessing the phone. So it'll take a while to connect. So then what you can do now is link it to your phone. So it just works like it would in a normal car. So you have got Spotify, that kind of thing. If I want to load up the maps, I can obviously load up maps. So what you can do is then click onto the maps here. So obviously you need to put onto your location, that kind of thing. You have got Spotify, so you can play through Spotify, you've got the calls. So once you've connected the Bluetooth to the system, essentially what it does is just allows you to use your phone on the screen essentially. So you get all the normal things, so you've got maps there, you've got calls, you've got Spotify. You can click into here, which goes back to what you're using. So maps, obviously turn location on. Then it goes back to all the apps here. So you've got calendar, that kind of thing, just park. So it's not a huge range of apps. But yeah, you get different apps there, essentially stuff that you can use in the car, music, like I said, your maps and that kind of thing, and then obviously you can phone people and that kind of thing. So if you have a radio, it doesn't do this, it just allows you to do it, which is pretty cool. It seems to be pretty responsive, pretty decent screen size. It's very good quality screen size as well, which is pretty cool. And then the other feature as well, that you can actually plug into reverse camera. So when you put your car into reverse, the reverse camera will pop up on screen, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to tell you how you'd install that now. Right, so to install the reverse camera, what you'll need to do is attach it to the back here, so somewhere on your rear license plate. So it could be inside the window, or you can put it on the rear license plate here, so you can decide where you want to put it. And then what you're going to have to do is drill 2 holes in the plastics, whatever your vehicle is, and attach it with the adhesive pad and 2 screws. And then you're also going to have to drill a 3rd hole to put the cable underneath here, so that runs into the inside of the vehicle. So essentially you're going to drill 3 holes, so 2 to secure the camera like so, and then 1 to put the cable in, so the cable will be out of place and go back inside the vehicle. Okay, so the camera cable is now going to come back inside the door behind this panel. So depending on what vehicle you got, it'll probably be on the boot door, but then that cable will come through behind here, so it'll be behind this panel sitting in there. And then what you want to do once you've got that cable in there is then you want to connect it to this big cable. So you've got the connection here, so you connect these 2 wires together, so then that is the camera in place and the wire done. And then with this long cable, what you're going to do is this is going to run back to the front unit on the screen, so that when the power is on, it transfers power down to the wireless camera. But then in order to get it to work, what you're going to have to do is cut into the reverse light cable, so that when you put the vehicle into reverse, it activates the camera, and that's how it comes on. So it's not always going to be on, it's only going to come on when you put it into reverse. That's what this red cable is for here. So this cable now is going to run from here. On my van, it'd run from here up through this internal cabling here and then into the back of the van, and then it would splice into the rear light there. So essentially that's how you're going to do it. So you're going to have to run that cable from the front all the way down the side of the vehicle spliced into the reverse light, and then the power cable is going to continue down through here. So it'll be the same on any vehicles. If you do it inside the vehicle, you might not have to do that. If you've got a boot door, that kind of thing, you're going to have to route it through this cabling and splice into there. So when you put it into reverse, that's how it turns on.
Thanks for watching.